Hey you guys, welcome to another cooking episode. It's a pleasure to be back. Today I am going to be making a traditional favorite in the Jamaican household, which is called seasoned rice. For this you're going to need the following. Here I have some saltfish, which I've already pre-cooked. I washed all the salt off of it, boiled it for about 20 minutes, removed the skin and bones, and flaked it up real nice. I'm also going to be using some okra, which I have over here, some chopped tomato, chopped onion, and I thought I would put some zucchini in this. This is not traditionally included in this dish, but I felt like adding my own little twist to this dish, alright? And I'm also going to be using pumpkin. I've chopped up some pumpkin here, and I'm going to be using ackee as well. Now I currently have a cup of rice which is cooking on the stove, so let's move on over there. We'll just cook everything all together, alright? So as I mentioned, I already have about a cup of rice that I've been cooking. That's already done, okay? So now I'm just going to prepare the fish component, and we're going to incorporate both of them together. Alright, so in my pan here I have a non-stick pan, and I have a combination of vegetable oil and coconut oil. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my onions and my tomatoes. We're not going to do the okra and the zucchini just yet. I want to save those for last. I want to toss those in last because they cook really fast and they'll get really soggy really quickly, so that's the reason I'm going to be doing it that way. So I've got my onion and my tomato here. Get those nice and sauteed. We can actually go ahead and add the fish at the same time. And the fish is already cooked basically, but we need to add it back to the pan so that we can absorb the flavor of the fish into the vegetables that I'm sauteing here. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cook for a couple of minutes. While it's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and add some seasonings. So I'm going to add some black pepper, a little accent, not too much. I also want to add some cayenne pepper, and I've got to grab my country pepper, but get a good amount of cayenne in there. This is more enjoyable when eaten spicy. So for those of you, who shy away from spice, give it a try. Add a little spice to your life. Now this is just a little adobo. Not too much adobo because the fish is salty, okay? Alright, it's been a couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add the ackee. And the ackee, the canned ackee comes already pre-cooked as well. So you don't have to cook it that much longer once it's in the pan. Alright. And now I'm just going to grab my spatula and combine all of this. Turn my flame up a little bit so I can hear the sizzle. So for those of you who have eaten ackee and saltfish before, you know what I'm doing. That's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm making ackee and saltfish, but I will be adding, as I mentioned earlier, some other components to this. Let me grab my scallion. A great little cooking tip for you guys, which is a really good time saver. Freeze your vegetables. Freeze your sweet peppers and your scallion. See, I have my chopped scallion in a Ziploc bag, and it was sitting in the freezer. So whenever I need scallion, it's already, half the work is already done, and I just grab it out of the freezer And it doesn't lose any flavor at all. It tastes like, just like scallion would taste if you just bought it from the store and brought it home. It doesn't lose any flavor whatsoever from being in the freezer. Same thing for bell peppers and onions. You can chop them up, Ziploc bag them, and put them in the freezer. And it'll save you so much time when you're ready to cook. You just grab and toss. So we're going to let this cook and evaporate some of the water that's in here. The water that's coming off of the tomatoes and some of the canned water from the Ackee. And we're going to let that cook for a few more minutes. What I'm going to do now is add some thyme. Okay. And what I like to do, you know, some people just toss it in with the sticks, but I like to remove the leaves and leave the sticks behind. So I just kind of drag the leaves off. Alright, and then toss the sticks away. Just like this. Okay, so I see a lot of the water has evaporated at this point. So here I have a Scotch bonnet pepper, and I'm just going to cut a few little pieces off of it and drop it in the pan. Just for a little extra kick of spice. You can also freeze these as well. This one happens to be frozen. But they last so much longer, guys. And this is, you know, a trick that my mom taught me. Always listen to your mom, guys. I'm going to add a little bit more oil. Just around the edges. Okay. So this is still going. I see that it needs a little more black pepper. I'm going to use the ground black pepper this time. At this point, this is pretty much good to go. I'm just gonna go ahead now and add the okra. And I'm also gonna add the zucchini. I'm gonna add my pumpkin. Stir everything up. And I know this may look a little odd to those of you who are used to eating ackee and saltfish without all this extra stuff in it, but if you think about it, it's really not that strange, because when you make steamed fish, you put okra and you put pumpkin in with the steamed fish. Some people put corn. So you really can make this your own if you so choose. Alright, now the pumpkin and the zucchini are going to need a little bit of time. Here's how it's looking so far. The pumpkin and the zucchini are going to need a little time to soften up. So I'm going to cover this up and let it steam, okay, in all its juices for about, I would say about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna just leave that alone and come right back. Okay guys, my seasoning is looking really good here. It's just about done. It's actually done. It's done. It's done. So what I am going to do right now is I'm going to combine the fish with the rice. Okay, so I'm just going to move my rice right over here, and I'm simply going to just drain all of the fish into the rice like so. And then I'm just going to toss everything nicely together. Now, it may look a little unattractive, okay, but I assure you it tastes fantastic, okay? What I also did, I thought that this needed some vegetable on the side, some leafy vegetables, so I sauteed some kale. And for this I just did some minced garlic with some olive oil and a little butter. So I decided, guys, to go ahead and just add the kale to the rice and the seasoning, the seasoned fish. So here's the final product. Alright, everything's mixed together. And I've already given it the taste test and it tastes really good. So now I'm going to get ready to plate. Okay guys, there you have it. My seasoned rice is now complete. Alright, this plate is looking really nice, I must say. And I can't wait to dig in. Please try this recipe. Let me know how you like it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next recipe video. Have a good one.